All right, welcome back, everybody, to Game 3 of Gymnast versus Jasnix. Joining me right now on commentary, we got the one and only Crane. How are you doing, Crane?
I'm doing well. I'm here to spread misinformation on the internet. How are you, Snacks?
I'm doing good, minus having our trackers be broken, but wouldn't be a true Wind Waker restream without something breaking.
Let's try this. Wow. Zowie Zowie.
Zowie Zowie.
Ooh.
And they're still not working. No, they weren't working for me. Whatever. Alright.
Oh, they're working now. At least for me. Forbidden Woods, foolish.
We like to see that.
DRI, foolish when DRC is not required. Even better.
Hyrule foolish, love that.
Dead, Great Fairy.
Power bracelets at Windfall.
Hard required ankle.
Nice. Outset fairies.
Snacks and I, by the looks of it, reading that exact same message at the same time.
Yeah, sorry, I screwed that up.
I'm assuming you're fixing that.
Yeah. It should be fixed now.
It's okay. That just meant that we achieved our goal. Spreading misinformation on the internet.
Heck yeah.
Jazz, I believe, is doing a Western Super Swim, but he kind of went at it at the angle we did Mother and Child Super Swims, so that was weird. Both streams buffering is nothing new. Don't worry about this, chat.
There's this whole day has just been a day. Behind the scenes, we're all losing our minds. It's fine. I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll try it.
Yes, Forbidden Woods is required, and it's a Baron dungeon, which means you just go mode the dungeon. It's okay, everyone. We forgive Twitch because they are a small indie company.
True.
Or we just say both runners are doing door cancel right now. Oh, now we're interviewing them. And we're back. Kinda. Loading scenes.
No, that's me doing that to see if it'll pop the streams up, but...
Oh?
Huzzah, it's working, at least for now, until it breaks again.
We get 10 minutes of gameplay.
Let's go!
Alright, Jim now doing the Western Super Swim. Should be decently fast.
Little low on the speed, but he's got plenty.
Yeah, he'll be fine. If you're not drowning, you're fine.
True. Silver, I wish you weren't so right when you say that.
We missed nothing so far. We got a Din's Pearl and Mother and Child by the looks of it, a shield on this fairy. It does help that the runners also have their individual trackers on their stream. That
does help a lot.
I know When I'm a tracker, I rely on them just as much as I rely on myself. One of these days, we need to write a utility for ZSR that can scrape the trackers.
You're gonna have to talk to Trez about that one.
I don't want to talk to Trez more. I talk to him so much. Golden Feather. Jasnix just doing the typical Mila strat at night. So you store door, you get Windmill, then you get Mila.
Nice stuck
And
standard.
rupees.
But the real question is Jasnix a pot game player? It appears not, maybe?
I hope he's not doing pot.
No, pot game, where you grab a pot and you take a guess of how many rupees you're gonna get.
Oh.
Apparently.
Jim going over to outset early. Getting a piece of cheese.
Nice.
And Mila is going to rob local businesses. I've learned my morals from Wind Waker. I do the same.
Fortunately, nothing too exciting there, Amila, but
Lots of exciting stuff on outset, though. We've had a piece of cheese and another piece of gold. That's going to be useful because it does lead to our bombs.
With that pesky little Tachi, we're gonna need those, so.
It's okay. We are one tournament away. The end of this tournament, I believe SGL is also using this patch. And the next major tournament should have the better Tachi. Our bracelets, though, that's really good to get for Poprint.
Yep, we knew those were at Windfall, but it's nice to see that they're pretty early this seed.
For those that are not keeping up with Wind Waker patch notes, which is probably 95% of the people watching this stream, Better Tachi is the second floor can be done in any order. All the doors are open. You just need to bring in all the statues. And the statues act basically like a cracked out rabbit in that they just hop so fast. The cutscene is like 2-3 times faster. They just go. So it's a much better experience.
But also, Jaywist is definitely right. The better Tachi is just no Tachi.
Have our runners already gotten a hook shot on top this seed? Not this seed, this series?
That's possible. I know game 2 it wasn't on there, but
I think it might have been there on game 1, because I know on game 1 for Alex and Kit, Tot had hook shot, I want to say as well. So that's like 3 Tot hook shots today.
yeah. He seems to really like the hook shot.
He's hooked on it. Tingle with a bow.
And a pearl.
Woo.
Yeah, so far this Windfall's been kind of crazy.
2 of the pearls, unfortunately not one of the pearls that gives us another check. A little disheartening.
You need him anyway, so.
Yeah, but I want to get my check dense stuff first.
Fair point, fair point. Tinkle statue there on, I think that's Northern Fairy.
Correct. Oh, is this a Tachi early dip angle?
I mean, if you find your last pearl, yeah, maybe. Okay, what is Jim cooking?
DSE? DSE.
He's cooking up a DSE.
Is there a hint on Diamond Step?
I don't think so.
Interesting play. Oh, we haven't put the hints in SMH my head.
It also just comes down to I honestly didn't have time to type like any of them down.
You know, I wasn't going to call you out, but you can call yourself out, I guess. Jim getting the Octo Hop. Very nice to see.
Look at this guy. He thinks I have self-respect. That's funny.
Hey, you know, you may not, but I don't either, but that doesn't mean I can't respect you. See, I believe Jazz went over to Northern Ferry.
Yep.
Okay. Getting his own Tingle statue. Not sure if I really like Jim's play here, or DSE.
I mean, I get where he's coming from, but I just think this seed, with Windfall being path, I'm pretty sure at least.
It's like he didn't attempt to peek the back chest either. Well, it forces you to orphan Horseshoe, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, but he does get a leaf. Still not sure, because Jazz is going to have hookshot. He will likely come here. More super swimming if you are photosensitive, look away. What do we have? An Islet of Steel. Ooh, Beetle has made a Tingle statue, so we know where 3 of them are. Getting some money. I think we need about 50 rupees, so we are fine. Jazz up to 4 Tingle statues, so really pushing towards bombs.
Yep.
And Jim gonna start off his own Windfall, gonna get his hook shot, his bow. Another pearl.
Wow, look at me go. Okay. Hints are in.
Leaf was Diamond Step Ghost Ship chart.
Yep, I think we'll see Jasnix get that pretty soon.
Jazz heading over to do Horseshoe. Once again, I like this a lot better, mixing it in with Diamond Step, but we'll have to see if he does. anything else. Like if it has something that's going to make it really valuable.
Yeah.
Did Jazz already get salvage core?
He might have.
Well, if he did, hopefully the trackers will let me know.
To be honest, I was worried about hints, so I didn't really... There's like a good minute and a half where I really wasn't watching super close.
I easily can just miss stuff because I'll watch Jazz and then Jim does something and I don't know, and then I'll watch Jim and then Jazz gets tossed into the ocean.
Bit of a unfortunate.
I said it before. The YOLO strat where you just get hit by the vine and you have to roll into it, honestly, feels a lot better than this.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Lethal Sword in general.
And Jazz, you have enough health if you throw the first acorn, and then you can do the next two.
Really, at this point, no.
Oh. Oh.
That's in such a bad spot too.
Yeah, at this point, just save word. They won't push each other in.
I respect the effort of trying to just like... I mean, physics would say if you throw a nut at another nut, it should move the other nut. But this is Zelda we're talking about.
When you can charge speed by going back and forth, I don't think physics matters.
Okay. Poor Jazz. It's gonna be even worse for Jasnix if this is nothing.
Oh yeah, no, that
would
it's
just
a
be
massive time sink.
I would just be tilted off the face of the planet.
At this point, I'm surprised he's not doing the first two holes. Like, real, you failed it 3 times in a row.
There we go.
Oh, nice. But the real question is it actually required?
Always lucky.
Oh? In before bottle?
Eh.
Nope, too long.
Okay. Not the most, like, insane pickup, but...
Potentially useful.
If that would have been, like, Tingle Satchel or something, that would have been worth it, but... And now the streams are frozen.
We got our 10 minutes of gameplay.
Let's go.
Everyone, you get to hear us for 30 minutes while we fix. And by we, I mean snacks. Yeah, does anyone in chat have like 3 quarters? We need to put them into the arcade machine to boost our gameplay.
Yeah. You need to buy more credits. Okay, I guess we're just going back to interviewing our runners definitely for like 2 seconds.
That's my favorite. I mean, people say I sound like Jim, so interview me and then we'll call it good.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually really heard it.
I haven't heard it either, but I'm myself, so I sound like me.
Well, I actively talk to both of you, and you guys don't sound the same, at least to me. You're just 2 guys with deep voices. That's all that really.
Oh, well. Cabana Deed over on Crescent.
Okay.
Our blue chews are also purple, which I think is a beautiful color for them.
It is a fantastic color.
Jazz also going for the Islet Super Swim.
Yep, so if you are photosensitive, you know the rules.
Hopefully you know the rules. If you don't know the rules, hopefully the fact that we're calling out photosensitivity
Should probably
the
hint
rules.
you. Just take a little break from Jasnix's side.
Yeah.
Alright, there's statue 4 for Jim.
And Jim will be going into paw print. Jazz,
Looks like
a little low on air, makes it.
not even close, baby.
No, that was a little close. If he had missed, that would have been a death.
Alright. See if Jim gets anything air paw print. Actually, I don't think anyone's checked Islet either, so.
No, Jim has. It's dead.
Oh. Shows you how much attention I've been paying.
I think you were typing in hits at that point in time. For
Fair
War
enough.
Pearl,
Okay, so that's touchy open.
yeah.
I don't think we'll see either runner go to touchy anytime. Well, I shouldn't say anytime soon, but
Come
at least.
on. That was a brown chest on Scaled Wall, so we are done with paw print. There's the last single statue.
Okay, scratch that. Get your booties into touchy.
Jazz not realizing that this island is entirely dead. Jazz maybe realizing that this island is dead.
Looks like we
realized it.
Looks like he figured it out. Yeah.
I don't know what strat he's about to pull out here in Wind Shrine, but I do not know it.
You know, classic.
I'm going to question.
Classic. Store the cutscene or something. I don't know.
I mean, in theory, you could charge a super swim at DRI, clip into Thorn. Same thing they do in HD, you just have to be angle and speed precise.
And also, Jasnix runs on emulator, so he's gonna have to go real quick to do that.
Oh no,
emulator.
You don't go past the vines, you physically clip through the island to get
I know.
the hole.
Yeah, but the island can't be loaded, and islands
it can be loaded
fast.
for that one.
Can't?
It's a speed clip, it's not a past the vines clip.
Oh.
It's literally, if you do it out of a swim, it's attached, right? But, in theory, doable.
Anyway, before I confuse everybody in chat more by trying to talk to Crane about how speed works in Wind Waker, let's see if Eastern Fairy has anything. Oh, that's a sword.
Speed doesn't work in Wind Waker. That's part of the
There's the neat part. It's a Nintendo game. Speed is inherently broken because it's a Nintendo game.
I didn't see where Jim just warped to. Ooh, Jazz not getting the peak. That's bad.
Yeah. I think he might just be risking it at this point. Jim's gonna go ahead and pick up. Jim's gonna pick up bombs here.
There is a minor backup strat you could do for that peak, which is get open chest storage, store a chest, and then try to peek through a wall. I think there's an angle for that. That's not recommended.
I wonder why. Because that sounds annoying.
It is. Jim getting his bombs. Gonna check the mail though.
Yep. Nothing.
Hey, treasure chart 8 could lead to a heart container.
Listen, if you want to go ahead and check that, be my guest, but I don't think any of these runners are going to be doing that.
And we're going to Cyclos.
Yep. That does make sense.
No runner really wants to check Hot G, which is fair.
Just, I guess I've joined the club of like first floor touch is basically just an overworld check.
Yeah,
It's the rest of the dungeon that sucks.
yeah. They could get the rest of the dungeon minus mini boss. Mini boss is a little harder to get to.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing that though. They'll probably just wait for magic at this rate.
Yeah. Which is how we know magic isn't Tachi.
I mean, that would be very appropriate for Wind Waker standards. It'll be somewhere stupid like top of floating platforms or something too. It won't just be on first floor.
Nah, I think it's hop across. Always hop across.
Yeah, but people actually check hop across now.
Cringe.
God, did this dreams?
Back to
I
interviewing the runners.
back to the interview.
Honestly, we're not even at 10 minutes. It's like a 8-minute interval now.
I'm not even gonna say blame Trez on this one. This one's just a blame Twitch.
We keep feeding quarters into the machine. Ooh! Chat
Okay.
does get to see it. Magic power on Great
Literally.
Fairy.
That was immaculate timing by me. I definitely knew Jim was about to get magic. Yep, totally.
Yep, magic.
Yep, magic. Yeah, so that's pretty much, at least for me, that would be the green light to, okay, go ahead and just do Tachi. And looks like that's exactly what Jim is doing.
Jim is going to Tachi. Feels magic, man. Pulling out his high-grade explosives.
Hey, you know, just gotta make sure they work.
Assert a threatening position outside of Tachi.
Just tell it, you better have something. Don't make me do this dungeon, it'd be completely useless.
Anytime anyone enters Tachi, I hope that's what they're thinking, because it's what I'm thinking.
What? You better have something.
Yeah, you better have something and not be useless. Hopefully
Well,
the
it didn't
useless, like, Forbidden Woods.
It didn't get foolish blocked like Forbidden Woods, so... Oh, well, literally the first check is something, so...
Could be worthless. Could be Iron Boots.
True.
Probably not Iron Boots.
It's probably just like a sword or something.
Yeah. A useless item.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are kind of useless, totally.
I mean, they let you get into Fire Mountain, and honestly, what's a worse punishment than doing Fire Mountain?
Grandma. Yes,
you know,
I just said
wasn't
that.
in the mood to get stabbed, so I'm not going to agree with you.
Listen, all I'm saying is that if mail isn't hinted, I'm not rushing Grandma. That's my rule.
Fair. Runners are going to swap off sides. I will say
Really?
I do prefer left into right side for the sole reason that if you do find a small key, you're able to do hop across boxes.
True. There's really no, like, classes for Wind Waker Rando.
I think the closest thing we have to a class is Clarion's office hours, and I'm not sure if she does those anymore.
Every once in a while she will, but that's if she's playing Wind Waker, which is not a super common occurrence anymore. Except for mixed pools. That's like the one time you can see her consistently play.
Mixed pools. I like mixed pools because they have the better Tachi.
Okay, so Jim's actually risking hop across here. Kind of.
I mean, they could still have the other small key or the big key, so as long as you don't see two other key chests, like, it's still potentially okay. Oh, it's interview time. We lasted 4 minutes.
We're just slowly...
It's going to go down to 2 minutes, and then 1 minute,
1
and then
minute.
it's just going to be cycling back and forth, so you guys get a PowerPoint stream.
I wish I could say there's something I can do, but there is literally nothing I can do about this. It just wants to be bad.
You know, on the bright side, at least the trackers don't reset when we have to go through this.
Oh my god, if the trackers reset, I think our trackers would just quit.
Yeah, I would tell them to quit. I would say it's like, don't do it.
We'll just hit go mode when they're go mode. That's all we need to do.
Jazz is getting hop across boxes, so we are good. Alan seeing if it will be required.
Yeah, and I think if it's a real check, Jim probably goes back and does it.
I'm a real boy. I just realized Jazz came in here without magic. So that's actually
Honestly,
really big for Jim.
Honestly, Giga Chat, but
It has been a common theme of, not necessarily in this overall, but throughout the tournament and in recent months.
well, looks like Jim hopefully goes back to hop across.
Ooh, hammer. Yeah, that's required.
We're gonna need that.
Only probably mostly likely.
Yeah, Jade, the reason this is happening is literally just because of Twitch being Twitch. It's nothing on our end that we can fix. It's just Twitch being Twitch.
Small indie company. On the bright side, I don't think the audio buffers.
I don't know. I haven't really checked.
Ooh, Jazz going over to FF. Honestly, not a bad play. Yes. Magic doesn't necessarily speed up FF too much, so it's not, like, a critical item. Correct. You want to be the first person to stab Ganondorf in the head.
Yay, violence.
Yep, violence.
Yep, violence.
This is a child-targeted game.
Listen, is Nintendo ever worried about being, like, a good role model for kids?
I'd say Mario is decently a good role model.
Other than the fact that he's crushing people's heads in with his foot.
Let's disregard destruction of local wildlife.
Sure, Sis. If you want to figure that out, go ahead.
Jazz doing the void on the chest. I don't get to see that too often, but I like it.
Jim doing the boomer strat for command melody skip.
I mean, when you've been doing the boomer strat for what I'm guessing is over a decade, I feel like it's worse learning something new at that point.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly what I say about my legs.
Your legs.
My legs aren't broken, don't fix them.
True. Until you're 55 and need a knee replacement, but...
Oh, I'm going to be 40 and need that, don't worry. I've already got knee problems.
Hey,
Bottle.
Sam. Let's Mr. Tachi minibus have key. Key.
Ooh, big key or small key?
That's true. The big
key.
Okay.
You like to see that one because you know you won't need to get the other key chest. And you won't have to deal with any weird, stupid things because of that.
True. Very true.
Jazz
Jim got...
struggling.
Meanwhile, Jim got absolutely bodied by that bubble.
That's why I always kill both of them. Every time. I don't care. It's a time loss, but...
I'll lose my 5 seconds if it means that doesn't happen.
What are the obligatory items so you can kill Ganon? You need to be able to defeat all the required dungeon bosses, so that's a variable amount of items. Oh, Jazz, that hurts.
Oh no.
Then you need to have light arrows, the fully powered Master Sword, and one shield or hammer if you're on the new patch. Once again, stuff coming down the pipeline, kind of cool. Hook shot for most people, and all the Triforce shots. And magic.
Even as somebody who knows how to Morph Hover, I'd still probably try and find hookshot most seats.
Yeah. On average. Oh, it's time again.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
This is... Back to the interview, I guess.
Bird down on Jazz. Pay Twitch $5 to see how. Yeah, I'm sorry. Who here hasn't subscribed with Twitch with Amazon Prime yet? We need to give Bezos his money if we want to see the rest of this. Okay, I'm pulling out a stopwatch with lapping potential, so that way we can track the timing. Successful bird. And time. Yeah. Oh, no, not time.
We're trying something. I got a hint of what to maybe fix it. I'm only saying maybe because I fully expect in 3 minutes I'm gonna have to go back to the interview.
Bird is down.
Bird is indeed down.
See, oh, that's another fun change coming down. Is Helmrock will no longer soft lock in the latest development patch, which is also depressing because as a content watcher, nothing is better than watching Helmrock soft lock.
I feel like there's a fair amount of things that are better to watch than Helmrock soft locks.
I mean, once again, if you're consuming the content, nothing is more like if I had both runners in Helm Rock soft locking back to back. Ooh, that's good. You want mutual suffering.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I take both Helm Rock Softlock and Mulgara Warp, same seed, both runners. Tilt them out of their minds.
Yeah, but the issue with that is that then that means they're less likely to come in for the interview because they're so tilted.
All I'm hearing is that I get to go back to, like, having lunch.
Did you really not eat lunch before?
No, I had lunch today.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that you could damage and then hookshot through. That's really useful.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I don't know why I never thought to try that.
Have we seen Cliff Plateau yet?
I don't think so. Which is actually really surprising considering...
40 minutes in? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a heart for Jasnix, so that's a nice...
Jazz has a piece of our heart.
No, I think it's a full container, actually.
No. Gonna go see Godon on Jim's side. The color scheme's actually pretty dope.
I actually really like that, yeah.
Not exactly clear what Jazz got from his stored chest.
Not sure just yet.
Have to wait for a pause.
We'll probably see one as he's leaving.
He has stored 3 things that we do not know. Fantastic.
Anyone got a delivery bag for this man?
Yeah, that's a good explanation for storage. Oh, speak of the delivery bag.
Okay, so one of them was no to mom.
No, note to mom we got back in Horseshoe. Were there 2 Picto boxes?
I think there were 2 Pictos.
Right, where's Picto? Okay.
It's a lot of Pictos. Okay. See, this is why we have trackers.
Pictures.
This is why we have trackers. They actually, like, tell us what stuff is.
They're watching the game, so that way I don't have to.
I'm not looking that closely at either runner's stream.
I don't watch the game. It's that simple. It's just like work. You clock in, you pull up Netflix. Don't tell my manager.
At Crane's manager.
Mailbox rejecting our heartfelt item. Jim, having to go back for hop across boxes.
Yep. Luckily, this will work out for him, because, yeah, Hammer's pretty required this seed.
I'd assume he does hammer, gets his hammer, goes FF, just clears it, and then, similar to Jazz, just starts doing overworld.
Yeah, I think that's the play of the seed. There's our bait bag on Thorn Fairy.
Bait.
Jebaited.
Beautiful.
Alright, Jim.
Oh,
Are you just
go
gonna...
ahead.
I was gonna say, alright, is Jim just gonna do the standard rush, Tanjo 3 rush dungeon?
I don't see why not. I mean, that's several checks.
True.
At least 5. Yep. Tanjo play, rush dungeon.
Think me rush dungeon.
Honestly, it might even be worth doing, because Forest Haven isn't hinted dead, right? Just Forbidden Woods?
I believe so, yes.
Honestly, I would just do Forbidden Woods. Then you get Tree Branch, Small Island Chest. Game has Grapple. I'll be getting Delivery Bag soon-ish. So you could even go Cabana, like, his options.
Those are options. Jim getting the Pog spawn.
You love to see it.
Unfortunately not again, but... When
He's
has
so-
Phantom Gen ever been nice to us?
I think by far the rudest he's ever been to me is he once sat on the wall like 2 times in a row.
Nice.
Hurt my soul. Friendly reminder, hydrate. Ooh, Jim with clean storage. Gonna go kill the bird.
Jim being one of our very furnaces who still does this storage here.
Yeah,
Pretty much everybody's adopted the new spot.
the new spot. It's mostly just because you can get all the other checks in a really nice way.
It just... You're going that way to check them anyway, and then you're like, oh, there's a really fairly easy storage spot that I can go grab it there? Sweet.
Yeah. If it wasn't easy to route with like all the other checks in this glorified overworld, I wouldn't do it. But it's easy to do, so I do it.
Exactly.
Magic, I wouldn't say it's it's significant. It's not major.
Significant, yeah.
There's
one thing it's
a
gonna
lot
do-
of overworld that needs to happen, and that's not all of the overworld is really sped up a ton by magic.
You have your few scattered checks here and there, but for the most part, the big thing it does is it gives you access to using Leaf, which is pretty dang important.
Yeah. So in the case of the dungeons, magic's really good.
Yeah.
So like Jim didn't have to double dip Tachi. He has Leaf for FF, which I don't think speeds up a ton of checks, but speeds up like
It's
like seconds. It's not minutes worth of time save, it's seconds.
but it's still a nice amount of... It's still a nice time save to have.
Yeah.
Alright. Is Jim gonna get a nice bird again?
Yep, bird.
Is Birdie in the wall?
Bird.
Birdie might be in the wall.
Bird. Jim looking around in fear. Just turn around, Jim. Turn around and see the marker.
Turn around and cry.
Maybe he's thinking bird hasn't landed yet. I mean, if you don't see the marker... Yeah, bird's
Jim's
gone.
just gonna... Bye, bird.
We
See you in 2 minutes.
We spoke of bird leaving us, and bird left us.
Sure enough. Yeah, so... That sucks for Jim. Still not... I don't think it's a huge deal this seed, because Jim just has so much more open to him with that magic that as long as Jasnix keeps putting off going to grab his magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. This race is still close.
Oh, yeah. And on the bright side, as mentioned earlier, but for those who weren't there, Helmarock Softlock is patched for the next major release of Wind Waker Rando. So enjoy this while you can.
This has just been a very rough little bit here for Jim. He has that happen. He has the Mulgara warping game too.
Bosses are just not being kind. I'm going to assume Jazz is going... Oh! I'm going to say go to Southern, but no one's going outside.
I mean, it's a couple checks he can do here. That's not too bad. And by a couple, I mean he has Big Pig and... Has Jazz done Grandma yet? I don't even know.
I think not. And he can get top of Headstone.
Birdo being nice to Jim this time. There's always next race if Jim... If Jim does...
next race.
If Jim does end up taking this match, I should say.
What? This
I mean,
is game 3? Oh, next.
That's
I see what you mean by next.
Like next, yeah.
I see. Jim is actually slightly ahead.
Thing is, Jasnix has a lot more overworld done, but doesn't have magic, which this seed seems to be pretty important.
Yeah. So Jazz still has the entire second half of Taught G, which is not
that's very
fast.
slow. Yeah.
I think Jim was trying to figure out what he had stored.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, props to Jazz for just storing that and then not even realizing what he had stored till like 4 checks later.
Yeah.
Baller move. Don't recommend it.
You know, 99% of the time you should probably just figure out what's there, but...
Magic is Southern Fairy.
Yeah,
and it looked like Grandma had last sword for us.
She did. And a light... What just had
Those
light
were
arrows?
Horseshoe. That was note to Mom. So Horseshoe leads to light arrows.
Oh. That's really bad for Jim then.
Yeah. Because Jim did not go and do Horseshoe, so it's going to be...
And I don't really know if Jim is going to be exactly rushing his way back there.
Yeah. Thankfully, you kind of know that this has to be an overworld seed, just because Forbidden Woods is dead. So you just know it, but definitely not what you want to have happen.
Yeah. Moblin's here on the pig.
So it did get to a pig eventually. You know, because the guy wants to be sent to a moblin.
Postmed just got confused. They said send it to a pig, and they said I got you.
Hey Jim, where are you going?
Looks like Forest Haven. Is this just a quick do FF or FW angle, or?
I'm going to assume it's going to go Cliff. No.
No, we're going
This
to.
is a quick do FW angle.
I mean, I guess that makes it easy for him, so he doesn't even have to worry about dungeons anymore. But
Yeah. It's not a bad strategy. I mean, you have nothing that's really going to speed this up besides maybe double magic. And the chance of getting that is pretty low.
yeah.
Jazz going to go get his magic now.
Yeah, Jim's a little low on arrows.
But he has bombs, which is how I assume he's going to go beat.
I'm sure.
As long as he doesn't try to, like, YOLO fire arrow Calidemos.
I don't think he's gonna be doing that. Maybe he'll prove me wrong and do it, but I don't suspect that he will be doing that. Alright, so there's magic for Jazz. We'll see how long it takes him to head back to Tachi.
Honestly, I don't know what he wins back at Tachi. There's not an extra shard. His last sword is in Tachi.
Yeah, but I'm just curious how long it's going to take him to go back in general. I don't think you take too long to go back, because it is pretty... I don't know, maybe he'll risk it and just say, you know what, Jim went this way. Almost certainly, I don't know.
Metagaming.
I mean, listen, if you ever join a Mixed Pools race, welcome to Metagaming, the 4-hour adventure. Oh, hello,
Greg!
Mr. Greg, making his, honestly, probably his first appearance in Season 6.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen much of him.
He's a forgotten boy. Feels bad, man.
It is a little sad. Since we got chess-type matches contents, you don't see as much of these fun little side things anymore. The numbers next to the name is their seeding in the tournament. So Jazz is the 6th seed, Jim was the 13th seed.
Yeah. And at this point in the tournament, though, seeding doesn't really matter all that much.
Yeah, I think we're in top 8 right now.
If you're playing against somebody in top 8, you know they're a damn good runner, so...
Above average feels good, man.
I guess I indirectly,
If you ever feel bad, remember, you're probably above average globally.
True. You make a good point.
Global Wind Waker runner 1%.
Until we find out there's some massive Asian scene or something.
Underground Wind Waker Rando Philippines. Hey, so Jazz, once again, he's going to be coming out of Tachi with his last sword, but without his falling down kind of sucks there.
It's annoying.
But not in go mode.
Nope, not quite. Still missing a few shards here, so...
Yep, shard.
Yep, shards.
And we climb the tree.
We do be climbing.
It's just one of these unfortunate trade-off moments where we already know what Jazz is going to see and encounter, and although we don't know what Jim's going to encounter, climbing the tree is boring.
Luckily, it's done.
Tree is done. And did Jazz peek Island Chest?
I don't know.
I'm going to assume maybe.
There's a oh no, Jazz.
That looks spiky to me.
That is Spidey.
That is not spiky to me anymore.
It's a commentary page diff.
It really is.
Alright. Jim checking out some Cliff Plateau action.
See, I think, was it this Armos or a different Armos that had Jim's, well, sorry, the final sword overall? Jazz getting bodied by the Armos. Yep, there's his last sword.
Yep, so
We're only missing
3
2
shards?
shards?
Or 2 shards?
Well, Jazz apparently has 4. And he needs 2, so that would leave 2 left. I just don't know where the one that he has that Jim doesn't have is.
Honestly, I am not sure either.
Ooh, I like that strat by Jim. Knows he doesn't have to store this. Oh, it's here. That's it.
Sure enough. But yeah, Jim is a intelligent runner, I would say. So, not too surprising that he'd
Yeah, things are looking decently close, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's really hard to know when you have this massive overworld check difference if a runner is actually ahead or not.
Yeah. Because, like, while Jasnix has a ton more... Or Gymnast has all his dungeons done, but also has, like, 40 overworld checks left. Actually, I can't really see how many checks he has on his tracker, but it's a lot.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's 40 overworld checks in these settings. But it's a decent amount. Okay, delivery bag is required.
Yep.
So check-wise, for Jim to get to where Jazz is, he needs to do Horseshoe, Grandma. Don't know where the other checks were that we haven't seen that like could have shard.
Clean pegs there from Jim.
We also haven't had to put more quarters into the arcade, so whatever you did probably worked.
You just jinxed it.
You're welcome. I do my best to make it the worst.
No, we've been talking about it in the restreamer chat. There's something behind the scenes that's just very not good right now, and so
We have not seen Moblin's letter. Needle Rock, I don't believe we've seen.
Rock's double hinted though. One's a shield, one's the. I think one of them's a shard.
One of them is a shard?
The cave is a shard. The island, or the like regular chest, is a whatchamacallit? Mirror shield.
Oh.
Which we don't need the seed, so.
Yeah, so we're actually, for no mode, we are hunting down one shard.
Yep. And actually for Jim, he's. Although, I don't remember which sword he doesn't have, but was it Grandma?
Grandma. He's missing Grandma and Note to Mom.
It's always Grandma, Sag. It's interesting, we're actually going to see lights on, or non-door cancel hide and seek here from Jim.
Did Jim set it up and then realized he forgot to talk to Miss Marie?
I think that's what happened, yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Jazz messing up the scale twice. Thankfully, door cancel. Keys? Keys,
dude,
please?
I swear, these keys have.
Yes, please!
Dude, I swear, these keys.
Yes, please!
No way, dude. Oh my god. Okay.
He's up.
Wow. That legitimately might be the worst keys RNG I have ever seen.
It is for me. I don't think I've seen twice. I don't think I've seen 4 times in a row getting bodied off that ladder.
You know what? I agree with Chad. That keys apparently is a Jim fan. I don't know.
It's Employee of the Sea.
All right. I don't even.
He's just gonna have like this trauma response whenever he sees ladders now.
Honestly, if I was Jasnix, I would be so tilted after that.
I'm surprised he didn't kill the keys.
He couldn't.
Yeah, though.
Well, sure, afterwards, but like at that point, the damage was done.
Well, yeah, but it would have been satisfying. It does look like he might be tilted to the point of missing the bomb boost, though, which is not good.
There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Honestly, like, if this would have happened to me in like a casual race, I straight up would have just FF'd. I would have just been like, nope, I'm not even finishing this out. I don't care.
It really would have depended on the mood for me. Jazz, drink your soup, Jazz.
Oh my god, Jazz, don't die.
Jazz, Just drink soup? Drink
Okay.
soup?
Jesus. Jasnix just gave us all just a roller coaster of emotions in the last 30, or like last minute and a half.
Yeah. Like, just drink the soup. It's okay. Just drink it.
Grandma made it for you for a reason. Just go ahead and do it. Oh, that's where the wallet was. I had already forgotten where that was.
Hey, if it's not important, it goes out of my brain.
Same here.
Just like family birthdays.
Yeah. Except for my immediate family.
Not even that. Currently, no one is definitively in the lead. There is a advantage to Jazz because Jim has to go to Horseshoe. But how significant of an advantage that is, still not sure.
Yeah. The one thing is, I think Jim, when he goes to do Grandma, because at some point he will, I think you almost have to go to Horseshoe while you're there.
Yeah. I think what you do is you save Grandma, you go to Horseshoe, and then, like, you go peak Headstone. Or the other way around.
One way or another, get those 3 checks out of the way.
So I think Jim also hasn't done Big Pig yet.
He is not.
Okay. So we big, we pig.
No, Jim is almost certainly going to be heading up towards Outset here in a little bit. Gets his Burming just in the nick of too late.
And a big factor for if Jazz is actually, like, a decent chunk ahead is going to be where is that final shard? How many extra checks will he have to do? Or will he just go to Forbidden Woods like Jim did?
I guess if I were in his place, I wouldn't hate just going straight to Forbidden Woods. Just get all your dungeons out of the way. And Forbidden Woods Gobo takes literally like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, hand respawn. Oh,
That's a double kill,
double
though.
hand. Honestly, I'll take that trade-off. You can respawn a hand if I can kill them both at the same time. Practically the same thing.
It probably averages out time-wise. At least pretty close, right?
I mean, the other hand slapped me into the electricity, so 50-50. It's more just the satisfaction.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, not needing snot arrows, running it a little close.
I believed.
The Creeper's in disbelief.
Nah, he's just showing us his love. He's like, you know what, I love you guys for still believing in me. Even though, like, there's been, like, maybe 2 races in all of S6 where he's actually had something.
Here's the thing, if he really loved us, he would have given us a full heart container. So he can't even commit to us.
He's just like a one night thing, kinda.
Yeah. Gotta say, interesting warp there, Jim. Not sure what you're up to.
Listen, I'm still on the Big Creeper team. I'm always gonna go do Creep, but I'm slowly hitting the acceptance phase of like, yeah, this season he's just not been the check. I miss S3 Creep.
Jazz looks like he is going to go just clear his Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, and this makes a lot of sense. At least for me, I know it would be nice just to be like, okay, all my dungeons are done. Now it's just a hunt for those last scattered items.
As remembering that he does need to drink soup.
Yeah, at least you realize now and not like halfway on his flight over to the dungeon, because no one, who would ever do that? I would
To
never.
be fair, after the years we both have playing this game, we've all done at least everything once.
Oh yeah. It's crazy to think we've been part of it. We've been playing this game for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
God, we're old.
Moving past the boomers having a recollection of the good days, Jim is going to get his second to last shard, which it's the best time to get it is right now, so might as well.
Yeah.
We're talking old about Wind Waker rando time, okay? We're both still children in real life.
We're we're just reliving the glory days of when we actually had time to play this game consistently.
You only needed a worldwide pandemic.
Anyway.
For me, it's more the lack of FF warp. That's what I really differentiate the old timers and you kids by. Is do you remember when you had to swim to FF to be fast?
That was the first super swim I ever learned. FF, or Mother and Child FF.
Okay, to recap for those that have not kept track of everything, which sometimes includes the commentators, but does not include me in this moment. Jim is missing a bow and light arrows. Light arrows is on Note to Mom, which is on Horseshoe, and that last sword is Grandma Man. We still don't know where the last shard is, and that shard is also a shard that Jasnix does not know.
Yeah, I do think at some point we will, at least fairly soon, we'll probably see it.
And it is very dependent on that location of where that shard is, of like what will be a big contributor.
Yeah. And at this point, we don't need Mirror Shield to see it because Angular Cave was hinted dead, and since we don't need to do Earth Temple, there's really no point in us going to get it. It's chilling over on Nidorak, but
Yeah.
both runners already have their shield, so.
Jim going over to Cabana. I don't think we've seen Cabana yet.
I think Jasnix did. Surely Jasnix is going Cabana by now, right? Maybe not.
Crackers?
Maybe I'm getting game 2 and 3 mixed up.
My issue is less game 2 and 3 of these two. It's game 3 of Alex vs. Kit.
That's true, you've just been Mr. Game 3 today.
Yeah.
Someone
Third
pull
time's
up,
the charm.
someone pull up the silver scrapes.
That's spiky. That's spiky.
Is this our go mode for Jim? Or I guess no mode? I can't think of many things it can't be. Yep, there
It
it
is. And that's actually really good for Jazz. Like, he is at Forbidden Woods. I think he's already done... He's done Ice Ring. We know Angular's dead. So he's going to have Bomb Island and Cabana.
And Bomb Island is Ghost Ship, which... I guess I would rather do Cabana first before Ghost Ship, or Bomb Island
yeah.
for Ghost Ship.
And I think, because what, we've done like 3 passes of Night today already.
It's just not... I don't even keep track of that anymore, to be honest.
My gut does it when I'm racing, but I can't do it while I'm commentating, so I don't...
I get too confused when I'm like, alright, what has this runner done versus what the other one hasn't?
Yeah. I think Ghost Ship is not at Bomb Island right now. It's
I
already
think
passed.
I was gonna say it's probably at Spectacle, but even then, that's pretty close.
It is at Bomb Island. Anyway, Jazz is going to go get his last shard, which is, once again, very good for Jazz.
Indeed. So this should mean, assuming...
I'd say we're in a multi-minute lead for Jazz.
So the reason we say last shard is because Jasnix knows where his last shard is. He just has to go get it.
Yeah. We had a hinted shard on Needle Rock. Hey, Jim, don't gamble Hyrule. I know the warp is right there. Don't do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jasnix is very far ahead.
Yep.
Looks like Jim isn't gonna go.
Man.
It's one of those checks that it can burn you real quick.
Yep. Jasnic fans are popping off.
Gymnast fans are in shambles.
Yep.
Jim is taking out his frustration on his chest.
Jim's sword and bow are... Sword is on Grandma Mail, bow is on Note to Mom, which is on Horseshoe. Jazz, just shoot it? What are you doing? Jazz, now is not the time to practice your early entrances. What?
What is...
So you can do this faster than melting it by doing an L slide through the boat. I don't know why in the world you would do that.
Over just melting the ice right now.
Does he not have arrows?
Oh, that could be.
Use your sword. I swear. Like, okay, I'm a massive Jim fan, not gonna lie. If this puts Jim in the lead, I'm going to have stern words.
Listen,
okay,
as a neutral viewer, I don't really care who wins this. But if Jasnix would have lost the race because of that, I probably would have had some stern words for him as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a refill at Cabana that he just threw. It's barrels. I mean, absolute baller move to know about that strat, because there's a decent chunk of people that don't know about it, but...
I know about it, I just don't like it. Mostly because my L sliding is god-awful.
Yeah. There's a part of me that would rather hookshot the ice to oblivion than to L slide.
I'd just rather do the quick spin strats at that point. If it really came down to that.
Okay, Jazz has hit his go mode.
Yep.
Jim is behind by Horseshoe and Mail, but he probably will... Is he done, Big Pig?
Not yet.
No, he hasn't. So... several minute lead for Jazz.
Yeah, it would take honestly a major tragedy in Hyrule for Jazz to lose this. Which, at this point in the tournament, I don't think we'll see.
I mean, he almost died to a Kisuntachi. You never know.
True. We've seen people get absolutely comboed by Ganon to death.
Was so true. Can't think of anything else that's like major.
Jim! Oh my god.
Jim deciding that he's going to play with death itself. For those unfamiliar, that pig will one-shot you at 3 hearts.
That pig does exactly 3 hearts of damage.
It's a terrifying thing to experience.
It's something. That's for sure.
All the attacks, it's one of them. Okay, Jim gonna go peek top of headstone. Once again, with what he knows, it's not a terrible idea. It's just what we know, we scream internally to not do this.
Yeah. It is easy for us to say, like, oh, he just has to go do these, but we have God vision, where we know exactly where everything he needs is. So that's skin specific. So with Jasnix running the sand skin, Link does do the, like, laugh thing.
Oh yeah, rope climb sound effect's really great. Jim did soft reset, so I'm assuming, don't do that again. I'm assuming, yeah, he's gonna go horseshoe.
I just did that just to annoy you. I know
Thank
how
you.
much you I know how much you love sands.
No, I'm okay with sands. It was just the, it's like, oh, nice.
Nice.
We'll see. From what I've heard, PG1s for the winner have been cracked for these two. So I'm expecting good things from Jazz. I'm not gonna do leafless hole 3. He's just gonna push that in.
And now the realization, or I guess depression sets in of this was probably required, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Nearly went and said hi to the combat cave in there.
Beautiful shot by Jazz. Yes, I am known as Discount Jim, and have been for at least 3 years.
Discount double gym.
Okay, got the first snipe. Jazz starting to play safe, I guess, and he's just going to wait for the attack cycle. Ooh, bad angle.
Yeah, a little bit rougher of a PG1 here from Jazz. At least compared to last race where he finished it in literally like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Still above average. Like, to be fair, when we're saying not as good, we still mean one of the best overall. But
yes,
just when you're at this caliber, stuff like a missed snipe is still like, come on. Jim getting his light arrows. Missing a crit shot by Jazz. Okay, so here, for anyone who needs to huff some Jim wins copium, really the only way for that to happen is for Jazz to fail graphic skill. So many times. Or Ganondorf to kill him multiple times.
I was gonna say, he probably needs about 2 deaths to...
Yeah, it's like 4 voids and 2 deaths. It's a significant amount of mistake.
Yeah, and frankly, I don't see Jazz doing that, but you never know.
That's why I said huffing the copium. Now, this is a pretty solid game for Jazz, and he will be facing against Hitcaught, I
Yep.
want to say.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's Kit. I can confirm I commented that race.
I guess that would make sense if the 2 quarterfinal matches, those winners played each other. That does make logical sense, yeah.
Of all the brackets, that's one of them.
It certainly is.
For all those who are listening to stream, enjoy the Sans rope climb. Sorry, did I cut you off?
You did not at all.
Beautiful. If I want to
For
do
one.
that, I want to do it on purpose.
For once you didn't, but I fully expect by the end of this race, you'll at some point will cut me off.
Oh, most definitely. Don't worry about it. No stored hurricane spin.
Oh darn, what a tragedy. I say that even though both of the other races today had Hurricane Spin and Double Magic. But looks like the C didn't want to be as nice.
Yep. Beautiful
Really?
phase 1 by Jazz, though. Looks like another great phase 2.
That's about as good as you can get. And this is not a great angle, yeah. I'm not too surprised that happened. There we go. And that is time for Jasnix. GG's. And we can go ahead. Both rounders are going to join in, so let's drag them in for a little bit of an interview.
Interview number 6. Hello.
Hey guys. GG guys.
Hello. GG's.
Well,
That sure was 3 consecutive Wind races. I want to go eat food.
I don't
that's
blame you.
that's what I figured.
If I had a nickel for every time that my last race in a tournament I soft locked on Helmarok King, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice.
If it makes you feel better, that is cut out of the next patch. No more
Yeah, I
Helmarok
know.
off-logs.
I know that got fixed eventually. Or that it will be fixed by the time the next tournament starts.
Listen, all I'm going to say is I just think it's me, because I'm pretty sure I also calmed that race where you soft-locked on Helmrock multiple times and lost that race because of it, so I think I'm just your bad luck charm for you, Jim. I'm sorry.
I also got the Mulgara warp again in race number 2.
That was just not good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have won even if both of those hadn't happened, but it adds insult to injury.
Oh, Jazz, what are your thoughts on Keese in Tot G?
This specific seed I have a vendetta against. Horseshoe, those keys, and that ice blocking the hole into Needle Rock. All 3 of those made me so mad. Yeah.
Oh, did you like jump over the ice?
No, I just had no arrows, so I had to do like the sea slide into the hole, and it kept messing it up. And I was in go mode at that point, so I was super nervous. So it was just like a spiral.
Really, our favorite one was Tachi third statue. There's the key swing climb up the ladder, and it just would not stop knocking Jazz off.
Yep. Oh, 4 knockdowns. That was fun.
New
We were
record.
saying, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's a record. So, congrats? Question mark.
You have done, I believe, 3 seeds back to back, so we don't want to hold you too long in the interview. Is there anything that chat or you two would like to ask each other?
Not that I can immediately think of.
I just want to point out that we did find this is the site like of the 3 seeds, 2 of them had both double magic and hurricane spin. I found
Oh, that's
very
true.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I said it in the race room beforehand. I'm like, I'm every seed I roll, I never find those convenience items, and sure enough, no hurricane spin, no double magic.
Yeah, I also just want to give a shout out. Like in game 2, you had 2 I think not back to back, but you had like 2 really close to each other magics because
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
no, they were back to back. They were is like the rat room, or
Or-
the second chest had magic, and then you go down into across lava pit. It was another magic. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
That was very amusing.
Oh yeah, I was very disheartened when I finally entered casino mode in that third race, where I could do everything except for mail from Bito's mother and Maggie's delivery reward. So I'm like, okay, I'm missing 3 items for go mode because I know where the 4th one is. It's at Needle Rock. And I can do 10 checks at Windfall, so clearly I should go to Windfall next. And I did that. I got my 10 checks, and none of them were what I needed.
Classic Windfall.
I could have just completely ditched Windfall after the first trip. But alas.
I got nothing else. I mean, Jazz, you're going to be fighting against Kit Kat next
Oh
round.
boy,
Have fun.
man, me and him are like in this sort of rivalry at this point, so that is gonna be another. It's probably just gonna be next weekend in the triple header. So
That doesn't suck for you. Yeah. Triple. Well, no, it can't be. Oh, unless you mean like the 4th and the 5th.
yeah. Hopefully gonna get it done before SGL.
Where you don't, and then you stab him at SGL.
Jeez.
I don't think that's allowed.
I'm just saying.
The tournament does not explicitly ban stabbing people. But
Show me in the
the-
rule set.
The
Where it
law
says
the law might be what stops that. So
Just a bit. I'm no lawyer, but I think stabbing people might be slightly illegal.
It's against the law of the land, not the law of the tournament.
There is nothing in the tournament doc that says you can't stab your opponent.
And if you end up being the one to make a rule, that's a win in my book.
this is what we call
Anyway.
out of the box thinking.
If you know you can't beat your opponent, just injure them to the point where they can't play anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, considering I think in this tournament, 2 of the 3 players are going to SGL. Well, I guess I have some targets, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, look at the game you play. How do we win Wind Waker Rando? You stab Ganondorf in the head. I'm just going to
True.
leave it at that.
I'd be impressed if you can pull off that maneuver in real life, but
I believe the proper phrase is that we insert our sword into Ganondorf's cranium.
Ooh. Just don't insert a sword through my cranium.
5 out of the top 6 runners are at SGL. Oh boy.
Only one leaves. Anyway, clearly starting to get a bit deranged here.
This is what 3 races will do.
You just lose all sanity by the end of it.
Oh no, now we have to do all sanity.
Oh
Oh
dear.
god.
Oh.
Anyone say 9 extra hours of racing after 6 hours of racing?
This is when we have to call for the All-Sanity tournament, then me and Jim will do a triple header.
Oh god.
Header, all
18 hours of
sanity.
rando.
All
And then it'll be like
sanity,
grand finals
triple header.
reset. And we gotta do 2 triple headers.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Yes. Back-to-back 18-hour days of rando. If that won't burn you out, I don't know what will.
And that's when they finally released the cross-game OOTMM Wind Waker randomizer, which we have to do all sanities of.
Oh
Oh,
god.
of course.
Anyway.
Can't wait to get 100 skulls to get my hook shot or something.
Note to mom. 100 Skulltula
It
tokens.
says boomerang is on 100 Skulltulas, but it doesn't clarify which boomerang. You're just wondering.
It's been the MM boomerang.
Ah, yes, the non-existent MM boomerang.
Hey man, I don't know how MM works. I just live here.
Fair enough.
100 skulls for a Dingle statue ankle isn't hinted.
Oh god. Alright. Sounds like we're, before this gets any more deranged and messed up, we should probably head out, but... huge thanks to everybody who made today happen. Obviously, all the volunteers. I wish I had a list in front of me so I could thank everybody, but... the main ones, huge shoutouts to Wolflink for commentating the first 2 races, and all the trackers who came in to help out. And obviously, huge thanks to Crane for hopping in for Game 3 here. And obviously, thanks for our 2 runners, Jim and Jasnix, for putting on a show and giving us some nice Game 3 action, which I know I had a lot of fun watching. On the CSR front, we've got actually not a whole lot left today. We do have an MMR S4 losers bracket semifinals, which I think I'm gonna send you guys over there. But do you guys have any final thoughts before we get on out of here?
Don't check Windfall if you have 10 checks remaining there. That's the lesson.
Noted.
Wait a minute.
All right. Well, I think on that note, we're gonna head out. But thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.